discussed the possibility of the Packers being active in the trade market. Listen to this.
Brian and I have a real good relationship, and we communicate often about a number of different things, not just personnel stuff, but pulse of the team and direction and mindset and energy and how everybody's kind of fitting together. So we've had conversations. I trust that they'll be in the mix on certain guys that they like. As always, it comes down to need, price, cost of those certain players. But I know Brian's going to do his best for our football team. And if he feels like adding a guy or two to the mix, then I'm sure he's going to try and make that happen.
Why is that? I don't understand. What? That's what all general managers are supposed to do.
Yeah, but it feels like he's saying it's their job to make our team better, not my job. That's just what I hear from his whole thing. Like, yeah, we have trust in Brian. Our relationship is good. I'll trust in him to make the right decision.
Well,
like, it's not a me decision. It's obvious we need help. It feels to me like if they don't add a piece, this season feels like a waste for what they have currently.
Yeah, see, I the question that was posed to him, I'd like to hear, and because it just sounds like a question was asked, much like you're saying, Jay. If in fact he is requesting something to be changed, and he's just saying that he has a great relationship in having a conversation. And believe it or not, I don't know if it's like this in the NBA, but in the NFL, when you are a high-ticket guy, general managers tend to have conversations with you about the pulse of the team, about the direction that they're thinking. Hey, man, we need another defensive lineman. I don't know where we're getting from.
Who do you like out there on the market?
Hey, I really like that guy from Houston. I think they might. I don't know if we're gonna go get in on it. They may want too much. That's a normal conversation in the everyday world in professional football when you're a high-ticket guy. They have those conversations with you.
And you know how everyone loves to throw around the word narrative. So what's a narrative? A story. You connect events, right? That's a narrative. And the players, the media makes the players complicit in constructing the narrative. They make them part of it by asking a question. That's why Key's like, I'd like to know what question was asked. Because in the media's narrative, right, and the fans, we see what's happening. Maybe they need more at receiver. Maybe they need something, right? So then we ask Aaron Rodgers. Pat McAfee is part of the media. He asks Aaron Rodgers, what about trading for someone? Now, as soon as Rodgers answers that question, now the focus is, even Rodgers knows they need to bring someone in.
Yeah, but what is that someone? Is it another defensive back? Because from a receiver standpoint, there's nothing out there that they're going to get. Just like the Giants, just like other teams that need receivers, there's nothing out there that they're going to get that's going to help them.
And the young guys might get good by the end of this season.
Yeah, who are they going to go get?
But the defense has been underperforming.
So for context, Rodgers was asked if the front office gets his input on roster moves. So,
that's what I said.
Yeah, he answered the question correctly. But I also feel that in this age of it, in player empowerment, Key, like where we see all these players like Tom Brady going out there and getting certain players, right, when they got, I brought AB on board, or if he needs to bring Rob Gronkowski back, right, he's going to have to make that call. I feel like sometimes we as fans, we expect the best player, the leaders like Aaron Rodgers to like, who do you want? How are you going to get stuff done? For me, that's him saying, yeah, but that's Brian Gutekunst's job.
No,
that's his job.
You are correct to a degree, Jay. Last year or 2 years ago, they wanted to acquire Randall Cobb, or Aaron Rodgers wanted Randall Cobb, but Randall Cobb was available. So you could go get a Randall Cobb. Gronkowski was out surfing somewhere. He was available for Tom Brady to say, hey, bud, I'm going to do this. Want to come join me?
That's true.
Where there's not, like, I'm thinking, what are they going to do? Go get Donald Driver? Like, what, like,
who he's worked with before.
Like, who is he going to get? Who is he going to get? So naturally, you put it all on the general manager at this point to find that left tackle to protect you, or find that defensive lineman to go get the quarterback, or a defensive back to slow things down. He's only answering a question. I don't want to be jumping all over it. Like, see, Aaron Rodgers needs help. Much like Max said, these young receivers eventually are going to grow. They're getting open.
You would think.
They're getting open. It's not like they're not getting open. They are getting open.
They're getting some separation.
They're just not connecting.
But can they grow quickly enough?
But I'm not going to panic.
Well, part of the answer to that question, Jay, he answered. Remember how Rodgers talking about making the offense simpler, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to dummy it down, as you keep saying, Jay, for the young guys. Well, what does that mean? Aaron Rodgers, on the Pat McAfee Show?
Let's make sure that these guys can handle what we're doing. It was really an alert for our players. Like, we need to lock in a little bit more, and simplify things in our own mind. Even the most complex plays can be simplified in our mind to the simple things we have to do on that play, whether it's a certain step we got to take or body language we got to use on these plays, and we just got to be better at the details. I think that's the real thing I was trying to stress is the details have not been good enough.
Well, he's not just talking to the players. He's also talking to the coach without using the coach's name. Simplifying in our own minds. He ain't talking about the young dudes simplifying in their own mind. He's talking about, let's start with you, Matt LaFleur, and let's simplify it in our own mind, me and you, as quarterback and head coach, offensive coordinator. Once we pare it down and dummy it down to a handful of good plays and formations, then we could transfer that over to our skill position players, young and old. And now we can act faster, move faster, because we're not out there thinking too much. And that's all he's saying.
Jay, you know why that makes a lot of sense to me? If you want to know if you really know something, explain it to a third grader. If you can explain something to a third grader, whatever it is, you really know it. I get that idea.
Well, I mean, look, my rookie year, we ran the triangle. And I often say this because
Jay hates the triangle.
Well, because you know why? By the time I actually mastered the triangle, we're 50 games into the damn season. Yeah. Right? So it takes away your reaction key. I don't know, like, plays become so complicated, you're running around, you're thinking about what alternative move do I need to do on this particular play instead of just reacting. So constructing a vehicle and then saying, all right, this gets you into the play, now react. Be yourself.
Well, look, man, here's what I would say. We have glorified Matt LaFleur as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers because he's gone 13-3, I think, three straight years, correct? Was it 3 straight years?
3 straight years.
This offense is very easy to go 13-3 for 3 straight years when you have Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to be honest with you.
Also in that division.
And it is a bad division at that time. Prior to Matt LaFleur taking his job, his offense was ranked in the low 20s. I feel like it was like 27th in the league when he took over the Green Bay Packers. That's not, it's not the best. I don't think that he is creative enough. I've been around some pretty good offensive minds, and all we did was simplify things. We had a number of formations, a number of them. We didn't have 50 different formations. We had a lot of different routes combinations with a handful of formations. So we gave the illusion that we were doing different things. We would line up different people in different spots in the same formation. So defensively, they think, oh, okay, they're getting ready to do something different. No, we're not doing anything different. We're doing the same thing. But we were out there thinking, running, moving, everything was
because you don't have so much to remember. You know the things that you know.
Charlie Weiss didn't think he was the smartest dude in the room. Dan Henning didn't think he was the smartest guy in the room. I remember Bill Parcells telling Sean Payton one time, Sean came up, we probably had 200 plays, man. Literally.
Damn.
Literally. Bill snatched that game plan and said, man, if you don't bring that thing down to 25 plays, I'm serious. And we brought it all the way down to about 25 plays with about 10 different formations and about 30 different route combinations.
More than enough.
When
you start doing the math, the permutations of that are thousands and thousands. Like, it's fine.
It looks like a lot, but it's not.
Another quarterback situation, guys, to keep an eye on is what's happening in New England with Mac Jones and Dr. Z, Bailey Zappi. Key has given him a nickname. According to MMQB,